Hey guys, it's Justin Conical from theclosers.ca here. Just going to cover a few things when it comes to redeveloping properties. If you're looking at purchasing a parcel of property and you're wondering what you can do with that piece of land, there's a few things that you want to make sure you're aware of before going forward and purchasing that property and firming up the deal. First thing you want to be aware of is easements and encumbrances on the property. What that can mean is potentially somebody owns the right of way over a piece of your land. So if you're looking to do an extension to the back of a property and they own 10 feet of your property, you're going to run into some problems. Second thing you might run into is restrictive covenants. A restrictive covenant means that there may be a restricted type of use for said property. Hence, the city's looking at it saying that they only want it to be single family, so you may not be able to do a duplex or a triplex, which brings me to my third point, which would be parking. You want to make sure that you have the parking allowances for the actual proper structure. One of the problems that comes up when people are redeveloping properties is the neighbors are very concerned about the increased traffic, so that's something you want to be aware of. The fourth one would be conservation guidelines. Now, what that means is you may be on a watershed piece of land or somewhere where there's a significant impact to the environment around you. This comes up a lot in Port Stanley and surrounding areas, Lambton Shores, where, in Port Stanley, for example, the Kettle Creek Conservation Authority has a lot of say into what gets done development-wise in the area and what you can do. In Lambton Shores, Huron Woods has a lot of say as to what goes on with trees and whatnot in that area, so you want to be very aware of that. The fifth one that I wanted to cover was heritage properties. Now we're talking about Blackfriars, we're talking about Old South, we're talking about, Woodfield and areas like that where, when you're looking to develop something, you want to make sure you go ahead and do it the right way and make sure you talk to the right parties ahead of time before moving forward on something. Good example of this is Mr. BJ Hardick's new development up in the Woodfield area, where he took a lot of time and did a lot of due diligence to make sure that he appeased the community and was doing things the right way. And the vote that just got passed on Tuesday by the city council shows that he did things the right way and he's proceeding in the right manner with the project. When it comes to actually doing the deal, you want to make sure you have a good real estate agent and lawyer working on the deal with you, just to ensure that you're protected. You have the outs that you need to have to make sure that, if the deal doesn't go together or you do your due diligence and find some of these things, that you can get out of the transaction. As always, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to give us a shout anytime. We're more than happy to have a discussion.